One, two, one, two.
1 2 check. 1 2 1 2.
Away, away. Hi, 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 hi. Welkom mense, welkom, welkom, welkom. Is weer die syfer met Noel. Soos julle weet mos, die syfer is nie like ons weet daar's 'n hip-hop so-called thing syfer, you know? But soos ek elke week sê man, it's like om mense aware te maak like you don't have to do the 9 to 5 thing every time, you know? There is stuff that you can do to keep yourself busy. Even if you do your 9 to 5, you know? So with that said, we got a nice guy with this name alone. I'm not gonna go into that. That is why we have this man in the studio. We're also broadcasting live from Teddy's place, you know. Teddy, you know, big ups to man space for the video, you know. Yeah, with that said, we have Leroy in the house, you know. Leroy, welcome in the studio, man.
Thank you, sir.
You know, just tell us some more about yourself, man, just to let the people know that Radioeersteriver having you today and what they are expecting, you know.
Sure. Yeah, so I'm Leroy van der Rheede. Um, Primarily, I go by the artist name YesPlsNdThnkYou. I'm a alternative R&B artist slash producer. Been in the game for a few years, and recently I started dabbling into the clothing world, and that's what we have to talk about is the brand called Famous for Fokol.
Mm-hmm. Yo, you see the name alone, famous for Fokol. How did you get by that? Why the FF thingy?
Um, Firstly, the triple F just like rings off the tongue, man. But I was driving one day. You know how it is with the artists. You're driving in the car, you think of lyrics and stuff. It popped into my head because the whole idea behind the brand is sort of the space that we're living in today. I see a lot of people just like fame is to become the currency of the
Okay,
world. You know what
okay,
I'm saying?
okay.
And not necessarily things that you should be proud to be famous for. It's just every single person is a somebody, but you're not putting in the work, or you're not doing something that furthers humanity in a sense, not to preach. But so the thing that the phrase was just ringing in my head. I was initially just gonna write a track about it, was thinking about it. Then I thought, nah, man, something about this feels like it could be something bigger.
Exactly.
And then I started playing around with the idea of maybe turning it into a clothing brand.
So was that initially just to be a clothing brand, or even now,
Yeah.
like you now in this thingy, and like, do you want to take it like further?
Yeah, in terms of look, like it's baby steps at the moment. This thing started say beginning of January. So right now there's many factors involved. I've dabbled in this before. I've like the fashion thing. I think for a lot of musicians, I think like these two things kind of go hand in hand with the lifestyles and the music. And for example, I think it was 2017. One of my biggest songs that I wrote called "Hometown Girl." I had the pleasure of going to Joburg for Mercedes-Benz Fashion Week, and
Wow.
that song got picked up and was used for Superbalist and Mercedes-Benz as like the theme song for Fashion Week. Not a lot of people know that. Um, so I've always been handing, and I've liked the things. But back when I tried two sort of labels years ago. But I think the entry level for me, coming with my own capital, was a bit too much, man. When you look at the traditional like screen printing and things, you have to do batch orders. You have to do hold a lot of inventory in order to make it work. Whereas the technology now has progressed with like direct to garment printing, where you can come in with one or two orders, just print on demand and give the customer what they want direct to them, instead of dealing with paying for each screen print, each sheet. You know what I mean? So the entry level has leveled the playing field a little bit for everyone.
Okay, no, that's good, bro. That's good. So we heard now that the events, what made you start the organization. If we can just go, what inspired you to find and start this brand?
Yeah. Like I say, it's everything I think I do creatively draws from personal experience. Um, my dad always likes to tell me, he's a very like inspirational guy. He always says like if you feel frustrated about something, try and turn that negative into a positive. Because you can either wallow in your sorrows or you can do something about it. So, like I said, there's oftentimes like all goodness to everybody who does their thing and gets successful or rich or whatever off of doing nonsense. But I'm just that's not me. I like to do something that has value in the world. So it came out of a frustration of just seeing nonsense get popularized. And I think that's the whole phrase. It's just to it's at first it might look like a funny phrase or whatever. People can take it how they want to your own interpretation. But for me it's the thing behind it is to say do something purposeful with your life. Don't be famous for Fokol.
Proclaim that you are famous, but you're doing nothing.
Exactly.
So on that, what's the organization mission?
Again, I think it's just firstly, obviously, it's clothing, so designing things that look good. At this point, like the first line that I'm working on is, sometimes you have so many ideas, especially in the beginning. You want to go over the top with like colorways, with different prints and whatever. But I think the best thing right now, because in my opinion, the name is so strong. Keep it simple, keep it black and white. 1 or 2 prints, see how that goes, and then we expand on them, maybe bring in other designers and so forth. But at the moment, I think the mission is just to, for me, anything you wear, like a T-shirt, for example, is like a walking billboard. So it's an expression of, especially something with a phrase on it. It's like how you see the world, what you're telling people without words. So I think the mission is just to give like-minded people something to express themselves with.
That's dope, bro. That's dope. That's dope. Other question is, why should donors trust your organization, maybe to invest in your organization, to work hand in hand, or you can maybe drop your stuff off by that company and then sell your stuff from there.
Look,
why should they?
I think, like again, it's a hard question to answer because it's early days. So you have to, again, it comes back to you have to do things first. There's a lot of cats, whether you can take it back to music in Cape Town, especially. I'm sure you know this. People like to complain because people don't give them a chance. But it's because you don't put the work in also. You can't just get chances without putting the work in and getting a proven track record. So if somebody knows me from a music side, they know if I come to studio, whatever it is, I'm there to work. I grind harder than I don't always get the most recognition for it, but I grind harder than most people. I can guarantee you that. So if they know me from that, then that can apply to the clothing. But if they don't, then it's just gonna take time for people to.
But the quality of the T-shirt, my brother, I can tell you, the quality of the T-shirts, it's there.
Thank you very much. And the thing is also, I'll be 100 with you. These are not even the final. Like the final quality is gonna be a higher quality cotton. The print is gonna be a higher quality print. So again, we're just in the testing phase right now.
It's a baby still, man.
Exactly.
That's good, my brother, man. Like we said, now it's a baby. So what is your urgent needs for your company? Even though maybe people is seeing now, they can invest in whatever,
Yeah.
So what is your urgent needs?
Urgent needs, I would say. I mean, you always need capital, like I say, but the way we're going about it is a bit different. So we sort of have a distributor and people to make the teas, make the printing, all in like a one-stop shop. Ultimately, I would love to see it grow to the space where we can buy a print of our own. We have in our shop, you know what I mean? But that's going to take years of growth to get there. But need at the moment, I'd say things as simple as this. Like you guys reached out to me within the first week of this thing going live to the world, you know what I mean? And that's a beautiful thing. That's like real. That's not a handout. Like it's just people seeing something unique in each other and building together. So I think if there's any need, it's just more of that, just communal building. Man.
With that said, my brother, how did Corona affect you as an artist now during this lockdown?
I think in a way,
most of the artists is like, hey.
Yeah, in a way, it's a blessing. I think if it wasn't for that, maybe I wouldn't have given birth to that, because like there was a lot like on the performance side. There was nothing happening. Even on the recording side, I put out the album last year, nominated for Mixtape of the Year. Go vote, please. But that stuff that I had already recorded maybe a year before, and I had time to sit and mix and do my thing. But once that was released, it was hard because even my producer that I work with, he has his own thing going on. We all tied down by Corona. So, but it gave me time to go into other avenues and think how can we. And again, it's not just about making money, it's just expressing your creativity in different ways. And also, I don't think at all that we should be stuck to one thing. If you're a rapper, if you're a singer, if you're if you're a creative person, you have the ability to do 5 different things that can tie into the one thing. I mean, yeah, we're talking about clothing today, but we still related back to the music, you know, naturally. So
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Look here. Seeing that you're still a baby on this thing, and do you guys will you in the future? Will I say now? Will you guys do like sponsorships, donate stuff? You know,
that would be.
Is it also part of the mission?
I would have loved to come here today and say we're doing a giveaway already, but I think within the near future, definitely working closer with you guys, giveaways to your audience. If we had events, whatever the case may be, I would love to do that. It's obviously it's always going to be measured by our ability. I'm never going to try and talk past what I am in the current space. So as soon as I'm able to do that, we do it. You know what I mean?
The music side, man. Any collabs in the future? Any projects happening? Music videos, etc. Because now we're back to level 1, so now we can talk.
Yes. You know? Yeah, a lot of things also need to be reconsidered. Like for me personally, with my sound, I try every album. I try to take it to a new space, new sound. Okay. So I did announce something like end of last year. An upcoming album this year, but it might take a bit longer than I initially thought because again, me sometimes like all I think of is just like I like making things, no matter what it is. But sometimes I jump quickly into it, like especially with music, and then it takes a longer. But it's actually a good thing to simmer down and take your time with something. So, and as far as the album is concerned, maybe it will take a year or two. But collaborations, yeah, it's probably some things. I brought you guys one gem here today that's not released yet.
We're gonna play that thing, man. We're gonna play that thing for sure. How long is the money in the music industry? Because now we almost know that the branding is still very fresh.
Yes.
You know, so how long is the money in the music industry?
Music industry, professionally, I'd say the last 5-6 years. I say professionally because before that I had a hectic day job. So I was always making music, say for the past like realistically 15 to 20 years, showing my age. But like I've been writing music since I was 8 years old. My father was a drummer and singer his whole life, so I've grown up with music basically.
The DNA.
Yep.
Look here, what would you make greater difference in helping your organization to be boosting? What do you think? Like even us, it will be like just to inspiration from your side to us or other organization that's watching.
Yeah.
You as the CEO, I would say, that's handling. What is your ways of improving the organization?
Okay, if we're talking about starting something new, I'd say not even just improving, but getting off the ground. Do your research, number one. Like, don't just jump. It's cool to have an idea, but the second thing, you must put it in practice. But before you start actually putting it in practice, research everything you possibly can about it. Your competitors as well, but I think more know what you want to do, have a clear vision of what your idea is, and then research it. Then do like cost evaluations for it, because again, as a creative, like it's one thing to be a corporation and have a team behind you, but for most people when they're starting out, it's just man alone, and not a lot of creative people are able to split the creative things from the finances, and I'm not the best at it either, but you have to train yourself, and we live in a better time than any two, where the resources are there to train yourself. So I'd say that's the thing to get you off the ground. After that, linking with people, like touch base with people who are like-minded and want to see yourself grow, and you can help them grow as well. Like again, we're always complaining about Cape Town, but if you really are willing to put in the work and not just sit and complain, there's so many avenues and so many people who are actually hardworking. You just have to weed through the real ones.
And the most important thing is like linking.
Exactly.
Because I don't think you will, like if you start something, you will like, maybe there is people that's doing it alone, but by linking it will just make it easier. Teddy, what we're gonna do, we're gonna ask one more question, and I think we're gonna do like a music. Is it fine, Teddy? That's good. We have Teddy's voice at the back, you know. Teddy's place. What is your organization accomplished? We know it's a short term now thingy, but for this short term,
Yeah.
what did it accomplish so far, man?
Like again, I can't front. It's been a very, very short time. I have to express that. But for me, this is a big accomplishment. In such a short time, we gained quite a few followers. For me, a few hundred is a decent amount to just start off with.
I think tonight you're gonna have another 100.
Blessings for that.
Like definitely.
But I mean, linking with you guys did an interview with me in Canal. We have a potential to be placed in a store. You know, I don't want to speak out of turn, but you know, that's something that I see as blessings, because some people can be grinding for, like on my music side, I grinded for like 2-3 years before anything happened at all. Exactly. So for me, this is a huge blessing to just be having these conversations even.
And even like you said, yeah, like don't just be an artist, like you just want a mic great 24 hours. Maybe that is not your strong point.
Yes.
You understand?
Yeah.
So there's other avenues that we can
also, if I can just say this, everybody wants to be, if you want to take it back to the rapper and music or whatever it is, everybody want to be the top dog, especially in a rap. I guess that's the point, it's a competitive sport, but not everybody can be there. It's also not that bad to be in the game, be sustainable. What I'm saying is, a lot of people just want the height of what they consider success, which is like the richest, the most famous. But earning a living of what you're doing, being known with a core group of fans, not like 100,000 people where half of them are bots and not real, or don't even have an interest in your music. That's more sustainable, especially if you have a family and stuff. You want your mental sanity as well. So sustain yourself through your craft, but don't try to reach for, because sometimes those things you're reaching for is not even as quiet as you think.
You understand? You come there, there's more pain inside.
Exactly.
You understand? With that said, guys, when you are still tuned in with Radioeersteriver, the cipher with Noel. It is Tuesday. You know, the week is still short. But with this man in the house is famous for Fokol, you know? Yes,
sir.
So, yeah, with that said, we're going to play some tracks of this man. And then we're going to come back. Stay tuned, guys, man. Please go check out this man's page. I think it's linked in the comments. Go like it, share it, you know? And this man will do the same with you. All the artists that's watching this man, here's the man.
Link with the man. The other thing is, if they are, I don't even want to call you influencers. If you have a space or something that you do online, you have an interest in wearing the clothing in your videos, in your posts, whatever it is, we can hit me up. We can talk further and discuss the details, but I'm very open to those collaborations.
See, that's why we link and we don't stink. Teddy, we out like that, no? We'll be back.
Cause we on that scene like every day, every which way you turn to look, you gon' see my face or hear my voice or feel this burn, man. Niggas gon' learn today. I'd advise you to turn away. Don't lose your head over bullshit. You better stay cool, kid. I'm just trying to live in peace. But I ain't never been scared. Take the shit there. You don't want no fucking problem with me. Chillin' with the scrappers. They about to mask up. You hanging from the rafters. We first draft, run until the pastor. We about to run the whole world. Yeah, we about to run the whole world. Chillin' with the scrappers. They about to mask up. You hanging from
Looking at the masses like damn, we gotta carry that weight. It's been a long way and I've been patient. I'm sick, I should be patient, but I'm the dad, so I guess that I can't. We are as one man, we slap the whole plan. Figures up, but nigga, fuck you and your whole gang. We can go half-half and we can get the whole thing. You can keep your fucking half without a doubt, it ain't a thing. Don't tell them that we coming, in fact tell them we ain't. Can't wait to see the look on their fucking faces. We bout to fuck up again, the vodka gonna call us rapists. Other nights catching on cock but never catching cases, yeah. My brass about to fuck the whole world. In about 9 months time I'll be godfather for sure. Constitution can eat a dick, you know it's fuck the law. I follow nobody's rules except for the Lord, yeah.
Chillin' with the scrappers, they about to mask up. You hanging from the rafters. We first draft, run until the pastor. We about to run the whole world. Yeah, we about to run the whole world. Chillin' with the scrappers, they about to mask up. You hanging from the rafters. We first draft.
Elke dag hier op die parade, man. Ik weet mos hier nou te zien.
True.
Die foreigners van die States in die UK. Weet mos hier hoe ons koppelie, man. Dat zij mos een rapper.
Een van die bestes.
Explain gauw daar zo voor die mensen hoe ons operate. Hoekom? Ons is mos van die kaap.
Oh ja. Van die kaap. Ja. Van die kaap. Is van die kaap. Die is zoals praat. Dat zit van mijn haat. Maar zit van jou laat. Is van die kaap. Die is zo ik praat. Dat zit van mijn haat. Maar zit van jou laat. Ik is van die kaap. Die is wous maats. Dat zit van ons zaad. Maak ons dat ze slaap. Koppels aan mijn rastas. Koppels aan mijn gatas. Als ik kronetti. Koppel los met sasa. Hij maats toen een mabia en koppel wat de bastas. Went to the blast and I koppel wat de namas. Slaughtered some sheep and the Owens went bananas. Kenna said I'm handsome, Antonio Banderas. Pennies fly, I smooth and koppel with the salsa. My flow is so sweet, you can koppel it with alpha. Pudding, ladies know that I'm an alpha. Like Romeo Batas, raad de koppel me a stanza. Yeah, we be smokkering bonanzas. Merchandise betrokken in the back of the Avanza. Pavarotti met de pasta. Nou met de how we koppel, never koppel with the Noastas. Kaap, die is zoals praat. Dat zit van mijn haat. Maar zit van jou laat. Ik is van die kaap, die is zo ik praat. Dat zit van mijn haat. Maar zit van jou laat.
Ons is van die kaap, die is voor ons praat. Dat zit voor ons haat, maar zit van jou laat. Ons is van die kaap, die is voor ons praat. Dat zit voor ons haat, maar zit van jou laat.
Coast to coast, we do the most around this side, the west side. It ain't no party like a Cape Town party, cause a Cape Town party keep jumping to the morning. And you can come through if you wanna feel the vibe with us. Bring a friend or two, only one rule is respect my selector. Don't be cock, just be liquor. Ladies grab a man, or my Owens grab a dicken. When she turn around, you see she working with some extra. Drunk in every dub trunk. In the system, keep bumping till the cops stop flunk.
Is van die kaap, die is zoals praat. Dat zit van mijn haat. Maar zit van jou laat. Is van die kaap, die is zo ik praat. Dat zit van mijn haat. Maar zit van jou laat.
Ons is van die kaap, die is voor ons praat. Dat zit voor ons haat, maar zit van jou laat. Ons is van die kaap, die is voor ons praat. Dat zit voor ons haat, maar zit van jou laat.
One time for my Cape Town sons, let me see your hands up in a 021. One time for my Cape Town girls, time to let them all know that you run the world.
Glaasje vol van die ram. Pull up at the door and we ball in the quantum. Ladies wiggling their bams. Brassa in the Benz and some brassa in the bantam. It don't matter if you vibing to the drum, as long as we can kick and split the pie like we Van Damme. Deposit money in the bank, then buy Santam. Invest it like Sanlam. Checks what the kids who are fit like a tum-tum. I wanna lump some trips around the world with my girl before I'm done, son. Where I come from, we get it done, man. Raised in the slums, giving praise where I'm from. Is van die kap, je soos praat. Dit is van my hart, maak dit vir jou laat. Is van die kap, je soos ek praat. Dit is van my hart, maak dit vir jou laat.
Ons is van die kap, jy is ons straat. Dit is vir ons hart, maak dit vir jou laat. Ons is van die kap, jy is ons straat. Dit is vir ons hart, maak dit vir jou laat.
Cape Town, stand up. Cape Town, stand up. Cape Town, stand up. Cape Town, stand up. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Nou nog once. Ons het vir For Fokol in die huis. Ons is nog altyd by Teddy-se place. You know? So we just want to say thank you. Just highlighting, you know. Sometimes moet jy die manne highlight because why hulle tyd hulle effort, you know. As het gaat in wyn, het gaat nie in wyn en het moet gerecognized word, you know. So yeah, we have Leroy in the house. Famous For Fokol. His page is on the comment fields. I know Teddy is there. He's doing his thing. I think Leroy's page is also linked in there, so you can share, you can chat with the man after the, please guys, after the interview, not during the interview. With that said, can you see a story of individuals who loved or of your company who's changed the lifestyle of that person?
Again, because it's in the early stages, who I'm working with now, it's not my employees, it's the great help that I'm getting is from family who have been in this business, in the textile industry for a long time. A close uncle of mine, the rest his soul, died of COVID in December, and he is one of the most legendary tailors in Cape Town, Douglas. So his kids, my cousins, have taken up that mantle. Shout out to Peters and Outfitters. And they helped me, school me to pattern making and a lot of those things. I'm learning that. So if anything, that's what the things I'm learning from those people. And when we get to the stage where we have to employ more people, I'll have the ability to impart that knowledge onto them as well, which is the coolest thing for me.
That's dope, man. That's dope. What is your organization's goal for 2021, and why are these goals so important for you?
So 2021, it's for me, the way I'm looking at it now is to, you see this, I think there's two main ways to go about starting something new. Is either pumping a lot of money into getting a ton of samples, a ton of inventory before you even know what sells or if people are even into it. But then there's the flip side where you can build up, because thankfully I don't have the biggest following through my music, but I have some loyal people who kickstart the following and show the interest and share it to people and platforms like this. So I think people have to also rethink the way they go about things, especially in this age, and maybe build up your product first before you even put anything out. See the interest, and then you can see what people like and take it from there. So I think mid-year goals is just to solidify what the core aspect is that people love about the brand, pump that out, and then by the end of the year, just get to a space where we're in a comfortable space to go forward into the next year. In terms of having enough revenue and things like that.
So with that said, you guys don't have a store, like a place where people can go out and just
Nothing yet. At the moment, it's online. There's one or two concepts you will see on my page that I put out that people are interested in buying. But in the next coming month or so, like I said, solidifying what the core, for this year at least, what the core collection will be, the core prints and things that will be coming out in the month, and the website should be done by then, so you'll be able to order directly through the website or order through Facebook. But also we're obviously talking with stores, whether it's pop-ups, whether it's just getting a small rack in a small store or a big store. Any avenues, we're open to that at the moment.
So another thing is that how can people contact you? Like for instance, say the new mall that's opening. I'm just making example.
Yeah.
They want to get hold of you.
Yeah.
Do you go via emails?
Yeah,
Do you go via
either
phone
hit me up.
calls?
All the socials is famous for Fokol. It's FAMOUS, FORFOKOL. You laughed at me last time. This is Fokol with 1K. And that's the email at Gmail for now. But I think the easiest way is to follow the Facebook page and DM me.
Exactly. Yeah, to drop a DM straight
Yeah.
in here. Let me ask you another question. What happens if your organization, all these goals that you mentioned, if it doesn't reach that goals, what would you do?
I think people look at failure as failure, but to be honest, like I've lived long enough to realize that it's just learning curves, man. You can't learn anything without stumbling. If anything, I'm at the stage where I welcome the failure, because if you're the type of person that's gonna give up when there's a stumbling block, then your heart wasn't in it from the beginning.
Exactly.
So for me, I'm just the type of person where I kind of thrive off of that adversity. So whatever comes my way, it's only gonna help to improve the future
Even with
goals.
this corona thing, like you said, it's a positive thing. It came out
Yeah.
positive. Some people
You
think
can
it is
only
negative.
ever, you can only, you can't, these things in life you can't have full control over. Very few things you have control over. But what you do have control over is how you react to that.
Exactly.
You can either complain or you can take it and make it something positive of it. That's up to you.
Look here, you have a company, my brother, man. So this thing, money, you know, people don't want to talk about money, you know, or like whatever. So if I might ask now, no, for people that's tuning in and whatever, if they can donate any whatever.
Yeah.
I don't want to say money.
Yes.
Because you know money is like, hey, I won't say it's the root of all evil, but we all need that money
Yeah.
to make it work. So how much money do your company need at the moment now?
Look, like I said, you can look at it in many ways. If you're looking at it from a perspective of us trying to run everything in-house, the machinery, the direct-to-garment printers are like probably over 100,000 rand for those. So that's a lot of money. But if you're talking about on a smaller scale, being able, so basically if we're talking about doing online sales, it doesn't require us to hold stock because it's print per order basically. But if we're trying to get into stores, that cash flow obviously comes out of our pocket until the sales get done.
Exactly.
So if there's anybody interested in being not a donator, a partner, whatever,
okay,
we can sit and have a chat if you feel strongly about the brand.
Yeah, most definitely. That track was playing now, the last one, you and Linkers. We had this discussion now.
Yes.
How did that collaboration get?
That came about a few years. I want to say 2 years ago, almost 3 years ago.
So the timing is right, no?
Yeah, me and that time, that was actually when me and Linley, like, that was one of the most beautiful collabs I've had in my music career with that guy. He's a mentor to me. He's a groot man, you know what I mean? And anytime you speak to Linley, if you know him personally, he's got knowledge. He drops knowledge to whatever he says. So I took a lot of good lessons away from that, and a lot of good music. We didn't even make that many tracks, but every one, in my opinion, that we did was hard. And obviously he stepped away from the game for the time being, but he was gracious enough to let me put that out on my last album, and I love him for that, man, because that's a dope track.
In illRow, do you have something?
Yes.
There's something about him. I don't know if I'm speaking about content.
No. The one I have spoken about it on social media. So the one, I think the first one you played is called Worldwide. It's produced by Garso, you know the man Garso, and featuring illRow. Salute to Ill because his album is about to drop now. I'm sure it will do well. So that single will be releasing probably shortly after his album. We recorded that also a while ago. You see, like I say, this me and Garth, me and Garth have the folders are there, the vault is there. You know what I mean? There's so many, especially with collaborations. There's a lot of people that's waiting for stuff to come out, but you know things take time, and everybody has regular lives as well and other things going on. But don't worry, eventually everything comes out. We'll get there.
Look here, we can't predict the future, but 2 years, 3 years, 4 years from now, where do you see famous for Fokol?
I would love to have our own store. More importantly, I would love to, like I say, be able to provide jobs for people. Have our own, like I said, bring it back to my uncle, my late uncle. Like he he helped so many people in his community, like just giving away free things, helping schools, but most importantly, employing people to cut, to sew, all those things. So I'd love to have a space where we can employ people and create great clothing at the same time.
Dope, bro. Dope. The greatest challenges the foundation was facing in the short period of time. It's a short period. They
Yeah.
will come stuff
Yes.
up. But, for now,
Yes.
what was the challenges?
It's you dive. Someone like me, I dive head first. Like I said, I've dabbled in this industry before, but and this is the first time when I set my mind to do something, I make sure I go head first into the research and things. And then in doing so, there's a ton of things that you didn't know. Through everything you learn, there's like 10 other things that you now must all go learn. But for me, I don't see that. I see it as a challenge, but I don't see it as like a hindrance. You know what I mean? It's just, why would you not want to learn more? Learn everything about the thing you love and the thing you want to do, and then become the best at it. You know what I mean? Just get your knowledge up, man. Don't do it half-heartedly, basically.
Look, in the type of music the money is dropping, is it more what type of music, genre of music?
So I'd say for me, I'm a dark, and maybe that's where the name famous for Fokol sounds like it's a heavy punch. Like I like dark music, like dark R&B. If you listen to my shit, there's a lot of it's 18 and over music. But at the same time, I'm very comfortable stepping into a space with someone like Lindy and talking consciously, because most of my early work used to be like more conscious hip hop. I used to rap. I don't call myself a rapper anymore. I just utilize my voice, but I'm a lyricist as well. But yeah, I'd say I'm versatile.
That's good. That's good. Look here, what do you do in your spare time?
Your spare
Like
time.
if you have, like most
I
of the guys
have-
come here, there's
I don't
no
know.
spare time.
I don't know what that is.
Besides
bro.
the family.
I have 2 kids and a wife, and
So,
responsibilities. So spare time is spent doing the things I love and trying to turn that into money.
Look here, questions a bit now. Going nicely. What's your favorite sports?
Yo,
Just to
I'm actually never
just to
been.
break the
I've never like in terms of watching sports. I don't. I used to watch soccer, not so much anymore. Like literally, I'm obsessive about. I like gaming, but music and art, like anything creative, that's my bag. But I used to play basketball lifetimes ago.
The man was linked with Josh. That man is also a game.
Who's this?
Josh.
Is it? Who's linked?
Look here, do you prefer to wear your own clothes as
Yeah.
famous of Fokol, or you like wear other people's branding?
I think I've always liked wearing different things firstly, and I think that's why I'm in this. If I didn't mention it in the beginning of the interview, it's because I've always wanted to wear something that I've created. It's like, it's not an ego thing at all, but when I'm listening to tracks, and unless it's somebody I really love, I'll sit and listen to like Joni Mitchell, not even today's stuff, for like months on end, because I'm obsessed with that artist. But other than that, when I'm in the car, I'm bumping my own music. Like, why am I making this if I'm not listening to it myself? You gotta love what you do. So clothing wise, that's why I'm doing. Like, I love wearing this. You know what I mean?
Do the man consider myself indoor or outdoor person?
I'm a introvert, through and through, bro.
So the man already said the man has children.
Yes.
Look here, just for this kids man that is outside, watching this thing, can we just advise them on another platform, or because every week we try to, like what I do, like people must just tell the kids, man,
Yeah.
because we are in our prime now.
Yes,
you understand?
yes.
So they are coming.
Pass the knowledge.
You understand? So just drop some jewels for them.
Kids, listen to your uncle. What I would say is learn from as young as you can how to approach and speak to people, man. Like I'm nobody in this game. I'm proud of the things I've done, but I think I've reached a little bit of status where I get 17, 18, 19-year-old lighties, rappers in my inbox every second day. And it's always the same thing. What you doing? Why? WID. You know what I mean? Not spelling full sentences. My bro, look at my track on Data Files. My bro, come here record. I don't even know who you are yet. Introduce yourself. Speak nicely. Set up, build an accord with somebody. You know? Because yes, you may love your art or your music, but again, you have to think of the business things. And also realize the people who you might admire or the people you're trying to hit up just because they speak a certain way on social media or whatever. Most of the time with the successful people, they're business people. So speak to them in that manner. You know, hold yourself to the accord that you'd like to see yourself. Don't come in because first impressions count.
Exactly, bro. I really, you do. It's like the other guys who could say that your time man, that you have now on earth is what you do with it.
Yes.
Because like soos ek sê nou like in ons area hier in die Eersteriver soos in Rheede, you know, it's like I would say it's the dark side, the side.
Yeah.
Always like that, but
Yeah.
in Eersteriver, like we move. That's why we started this movement.
Yes.
Was just to show the kids that there is a different
There's something else.
You understand? Just not just to be
Bro, I moved around my whole life and I've stayed in good areas and bad areas, and it's like the same cycle over and over. Because it's either like this, don't have somebody to snatch them up and say, look here, you can do something different in your life, or they just don't want to listen. But I firmly believe like nobody's born bad, or you know what I mean. All you need is some focus and some guidance. And if you're looking for that guidance, if you want to reach out to me, I can chat to you. You need to chat. You know, I'm not a saint myself, but if you need somebody to talk to and guide you, you know, there's many people in this room that can guide you.
You know what? This cipher, even this cipher or knows about it. I would say I want to give it another name, but I will rather stick to it like this because why the inspirations are coming out here.
Yeah.
But if I can go back, I think this is like
it is most a cipher. Cipher is just the sharing of ideas.
Exactly, yeah. But some people say because
just for rapping.
They will say, nah, the cipher.
But then again, hip hop always has double meaning. So
like you said, we even like you are a musician.
Yeah.
But you want to do clothing. You want to expand. Man.
Yes. And why not? We must always expand our definitions of everything.
Exactly. So Leroy, man, it was very nice to have you in the studio.
It's been a pleasure.
It's very nice. Just tell the people again, man, where they can get your information, how they can live with you.
Yeah. So you can hit me up for the clothing, anything clothing related. You can either DM me on Facebook. I mean, I have Instagram. We're on TikTok too. Just a side note.
He's following the trends. Yeah.
I don't. Yeah. It's like if you look at. You need to be wise to every avenue. Like people look at something like TikTok, I think it's just for the lighties, but it is the quickest way to just build a following and then steer it to your other more meaningful things. So just don't be unaware of the things that can work for your brand or whatever you're trying to do. But in any case, I digress. famousforfokol@gmail.com, or just easier to DM me on Facebook page, or you can hit me up on my personal page, Leroy van der Rheede.
Guys, ek weet nie, het voel vir my so die guy wil vir ons a cappella doen, you know?
Nah, not today, bro.
Not today, the man didn't come for that, the man came for business,
we can schedule another one for that.
Most definitely. Maybe we'll play outside, we'll leave the man, and then come drop some jewels for the people. You know? Guys, at the back end, I know there's a lot of comments and what. Me and this man is gonna go home. Then we're gonna reply to you guys, you know.
Yes.
So with that said, guys, the data, the Wi-Fi, I know the fiber is in now in Eersteriver. So please, guys, there's no excuse anymore that the data is run out. So please just share the page, share the man's page, like the stuff. You understand? Share it with your people. You don't have to like it, but maybe your people will like it, you know. So share the pages around, you know, just to make the people aware, man, that there is. I won't say good things, man, or just better things in life, I would say. Yeah. Not good. Good is to just the drop in the ocean.
Striving for greatness.
You understand what I'm saying?
Striving for greatness.
So. Dis die way van Cypher. Dis die Cypher. Mense tune weer in next week, 6 uur. Ons het 'n groot verrassing vir next week. Maar die week het ons die man gehad, asseblief guys, want ek sal vir julle like die guy het gekom hier en like vir ons gesê like to say the face around. So as julle ry kan doen, ek weet ek het Noel Saif het loyal guys at the back, you know.
Yeah.
So every week hulle tune in, hulle sal jou page sien, you know. En dan like even now this side of Eersteriver will be a way of famous For Fokol. My
Beautiful.
brother, very thank you much
Thank you, man.
for your time, my man.
Thank you.
So we will signing out like that. Teddy, again, thank you for the venue, thank you for your time and space. Jayo, Henry, Jayo and Joss. Thank you guys, but thank you Leroy, man.
Thank you to you guys for having me.
That's how we're signing out. Peace.